Good morning. It's me talking to you again from the closet. Though it's a bit more disheveled in here today than it normally is. We're expecting to be able to pick up my mom at the airport tomorrow. We actually are traveling to pick her up. She's 91, so she can't fly alone anymore, and we love her so much. She's such a sweet lady. She requested a few months ago that she'd like to be here in the fall to see the colors. Many of you know we live in New Hampshire, and the colors are just beautiful. About mid-October, it varies because of the weather every year. So we'll see when it peaks this year. But we're very excited, and we have lots of wonderful plans for fun things to do with her. So the reason for my video today is because I wanted to talk to you about working with victims. Working with domestic violence victims has to be one of the most frustrating things you can do. I just finished my study with police officers, and it's all written up, and it's been given to my chairperson, and he is going through it. He's already sent it back once for some edits, and I've made those edits with the help of my family. I just definitely needed help with the formatting and how to do things within Microsoft Office software. And they were very knowledgeable. Of course they were. And, my joke is taken from a meme on Facebook. Don't be grumpy about helping me because I taught you how to use a spoon. I also taught you how to use the toilet. So thank you very much for helping me. You're just paying it forward. Anyway, they were great and they helped me and I was able to get it back to him. So now we're just waiting to hear back, and I'm sure there will be more edits because that is the nature of dissertation work. You send it in, they send it back. You make changes according to what they're asking. You send it back again, and it just repeats and repeats and repeats. But we have till February to get this perfect so that I can graduate. That's the date set by the chief academic officer at Walden University for me to be complete with this. So say a prayer for me. I'd like to be complete with this. Anyway, back to victims. I wanted to talk to you about this today because what I hear from police officers, what I heard in my study, was how sad it is and how frustrating it is to work with victims of domestic violence. They go back. You help them get out of a bad situation. You save them from the bad person. You bring them safety and peace. You show them what to do. You show them a way, a path out, but they always go back. So I just wanted to share two stories. The first story comes from our case files from about 3 years ago. The victim did everything that victims normally do. She kept going back and recently reached out to us. And I have to say, she's just doing amazing. I'm so proud of her. She has her own place and she is definitely not going back to him again. And she is fighting for her safety. Typically, once a woman is done going back, then the stalking and the threats and the abuse of the legal system begins. And what they do is they'll use any person and any means necessary to make you feel like leaving them was the worst decision you've ever made. And now that you're gone, they're going to make your life a living hell. And they're going to do whatever they can to jeopardize, sabotage your job, your friendships, your future relationships, where you live. Everything you do is going to be bad because you've decided not to have them in your life, and for good reason. And I remember being in that position. It's terrifying. Every day you wake up with a headache, and the headache is from PTSD, and the headache is from anxiety. And I remember going through the court process and having a psychological evaluation, and the psychologist who evaluated me said, this woman has generalized anxiety disorder. She has GAD, and it's surrounding everything that her ex does. And, he didn't add, and for good reason, but he should have. What I've learned after working with victims for 10 years and surviving my own story of, domestic violence, is that these men are relentless. But it's not just men. I want to add the second story right now. I'm working with somebody who is older, and the situation is elder abuse. Here in New Hampshire, we wear many hats. So as forensic psychologist, I might work with a young mother. I might work with an older person. I might help a grandparent to get custody. There are many, many things that I do as a forensic psychology consultant, many hats that I wear. And by the way, the distinction is I can't call myself a forensic psychologist until I get a job teaching at a university. So fingers crossed, say a prayer for me that will happen. I've been applying for lots of jobs, lots of remote professor jobs, which working remote right now would suit me best with my family's needs. Everybody's getting very grown up, but there's still needs. And I still feel like I need to be here, and I can't, be gone a lot from the house and be gone a lot from my local area. So anyway, pray for me that will come through and I'll get that job. That would be amazing. I would love to teach everything I've learned to other people and pass it on. It's been 10 years of field work that has been very intense. So my second victim story is, kind of at the beginning. We helped this elderly lady last year. And so it's been less than a year, actually. It'll be a year this spring. And of course, we got her away and she went back. It's hard and frustrating, but now she needs to be bailed out again. And we're going to try to help her. And we're going to try to encourage her to not go back. And what makes this situation complicated is that, like every other victim, she loves her abuser. And she doesn't want to hurt their feelings, and she doesn't want to get them in trouble. And, she doesn't like the situation she's in where she's being hurt and harmed, but she doesn't want to make waves. And also her abuser, I believe, is threatening her and telling her that she needs to be quiet, telling her that she shouldn't share things that are happening in their situation. And that's just wrong. You always have the right to tell people, to tell others if you're being harmed. That's a basic human right. So if someone's telling you that you shouldn't be talking about your situation to other people, they have their own agenda and motivation. They're trying to hide things that they know others wouldn't approve of. And just ignore them, disregard, talk anyway, tell somebody. And that's how help begins. By getting it off your chest and telling somebody what's hurting you and not keeping it inside, and don't keep their secrets. These people, that is how they gain their power, by silencing others and keeping secrets. So just simply don't do it. Don't keep their secrets. Tell somebody and ask for help. And so, really pray for both of these situations, for the sweet lady who's being stalked. Pray that this person will be caught red-handed and will be taken into custody and maybe put in prison so that this woman can have some peace. She has fought so hard for her freedom, and she deserves now to move forward in victory and have a victorious life and achieve things that she's always wanted to achieve, but that this person kept her from achieving. So please pray for her. I can't give names, and you know that, but God knows. God knows who I'm asking you to pray for. And pray for the second lady that we're working with, and ask that, she too will be able to stay away this time, to not go back to that abuser. She has been gifted with a better situation, and I pray that she takes a hold of that situation and that she goes to live there. Somebody has offered who I think would be excellent and would take very good care of her, because she does need care, because she is, an older lady. So probably the last thing is, we are working on, other cases all the time with victims in various situations. I have a third one that I'm working with right now, and she needs prayer for courage and strength. And I do too. I'm human. And yesterday, the anxiety over one of these cases was just getting the better of me. And I had a really bad asthma attack, and it kind of set me back. And I don't need that. I don't have time for that. So just pray for my health. Pray for my, safety. Pray that I'll have the courage and wisdom that I need to help these women, and pray for them as well. And reaching out, because I know so many of you who watch these videos are prayer warriors, and I just really, really appreciate your prayers and your support, because I really feel that this is what God has for me to do right now. And until he moves me on to something else, I'm going to continue this work. So I love you all. Have a great day, and I will keep you posted. Just remember that if you are helping a victim, whether you're a police officer or civilian, I just want to tell you, I understand it's frustrating and it's difficult, but these women need us. They need us to not give up on them. They need us to continue to be there for them, to continue to offer support until they can stand on their own. And that's really the key. We have to empower them to stand on their own. We have to empower them to make their own choices and decisions, to learn how to say no, to learn how to do what they need to protect themselves. And sometimes their children, if they have children. Anyway, love you all. Enjoy the colors. They are coming. I'll try to post some videos of our adventures and the colors as we go, because it's going to be a beautiful fall. Thank you. God bless.